I will now demonstrate the back flushing mechanics of some of these machines that have a solenoid valve inside. The Gaja home models, all baby models, and classic coffee model that has a solenoid valve. The Gaja Tebi and Paros, they have a solenoid valve inside. So all these models, there are baby old and new models. In the classic coffee model, they have solenoid valve, and that is why it is important that it is back flushed. All these models have to be back flushed where there is a solenoid valve. Now, in order to back flush, it's very simple that you remove the regular basket and place a blind cup, a blind in the sense that there is no hole in it. So we call it blind. You can call it any other back flushing cup or whatever suits. It fits snugly in the same filter holder. And you place 1 teaspoon of the Kafiza powder or about a teaspoon of the Clearly coffee. These two will remove the coffee deposits that are in the solenoid valve. The solenoid valve, basically its purpose is to decompress the pressure. After you make the coffee, there is a 9 bar pressure on the surface. And if you try to remove the portafilter, it will be difficult to unlock it, or if you manage to do it, then it will splash the coffee suddenly because all that pressure is collected there. So in order to decompress that, they have, the moment the coffee switch is turned off, the solenoid valve opens and decompresses and takes the pressure out through a tube that is on the right side of the group. And it will just come out with a whoosh and empty the contents of that back pressure into the drip tray. So this is the blind cup. You pour this, lock it in, pour the coffee cleaners in it and lock it into the group and turn the switch on for 6 to 8 seconds. And that will build the pressure of about 9 bars. It could be 10 or it could be 7, doesn't matter here because we are using this for back flushing. And you turn the switch off and then all that pressure will go through the solenoid because it opens up. And some customers I have spoken to, they didn't know that these machines need to be back flushed. There is a controversy. Some of the coffee forums, they recommend, they have not, they do not suggest the back flushing of these home models. They need to review their opinions on that. All espresso machines that have a solenoid valve attached to the boiler, in all commercial machines there is one, and in some home models it is there. So those home models which have the solenoid valve must be back flushed for cleaning. This process of back flushing, you can make 2 or 3 espressos until make sure that the powder is dissolved and it's gone back through the solenoid. Or if the liquid is used, then just you can do it 1 or 2 times. The liquid will immediately is in dissolved condition, so it will immediately start acting. So that is on the back flushing. Now, I'll bring up one more factor here, that some customers have ordered the grip handle because they have broken it. Now, it is very amazing for me that they all tell me they did not drop it to break the handle. It just broke off because it became brittle over a period of time or what. But I think the main factor was that they were overfilling the coffee in it. And there was not enough room to lock the portafilter in a way that it will seal. What happens when you turn this portafilter inside, it will lift up to seal the rim of this basket against the gasket. But if the coffee is full, it has already been tamped, and there is no room for it to be tamped any further, and you try to lock it, it won't seal. And that is why they start pulling it. Can you imagine the force with which this handle is pulled that it should break? For me, it is unimaginable, but since they break, we sell a lot of these handles, grip handles, and that's why I'm bringing this up. Please allow some room, about 1/4 inch, when you have tamped and used the powder fine coffee grounds. there is no room for them to be pressed any further. So you have to allow some room for the portafilter to rise up and butt against the gasket above inside the group to seal it properly. And then start the espresso button to push the water through it and make espresso without any problem. So that was one of the points that I wanted to bring it up. And these are the two single and double spouts that we have available as a replacement for your choice, whether you are using a single spout or a double spout. And you can replace this from the original plastic spouts that are sold with the new portafilters. And that's only in the Gaja portafilters. I don't know why they use it, but they do. And you can always replace these. They are 3/8 threads, female connection. And you can screw it in, remove the old one, and screw these up in. And the same size for the single one, but it will drip on one side only. So that's about wraps up the story of Gaja portafilters.